he really shouldn't be so angry about it. Junior. Him and Crypto are both homie winners.
They are, but then there's like a comparison, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah, I actually do think that Crypto. Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, let's not.
It's been a minute, man. I feel like we haven't recorded in like weeks. It hasn't actually been that long, but it feels like it.
It really hasn't been that long, but like you said, it does feel like it. Maybe because so much has happened. We both were out of town for some really crucial moments.
That's true.
That's
true. Mainly, the Daredevil finale for Born Again Season 2, which, today we're going to cover episodes 7 and 8. Mm-hmm. Is Matt going to get shot in every penultimate episode? Like, if we had a nickel for every time it happened, we would only have 2 nickels, but it's still weird that it happened twice.
It is, right? Yeah, he's been shot in 2 penultimates. Yeah,
back to back.
Well, if you look at the amount of times also that like the seasons end with Matt trying his best to have like a stare down with Fisk and trying to talk him down, that's also happened.
Yeah.
A couple times now.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That has happened quite a bit.
Yeah. Which, if I were Fisk, I feel really upset that this blind man is trying to stare me down.
Yeah. I mean, it repeatedly. Mm-hmm. I will say that, as far as like finales go, Bullseye had a better time than he normally has.
Yeah, if you look at his introduction in Daredevil season 3, he did not have a good time in that finale.
No.
If you look at especially the opening in Born Again season 1, definitely didn't have a good time there.
Yeah, he's just not having a good time.
He really not. He really isn't. But this time, he's having a great time this season. I feel like Bullseye he's just living his best life.
He really is. Yeah, yeah. Other than like a brief moment of Matt whooping his ass, mm-hmm. he's actually had a pretty good season.
Yeah. He's been having a great time.
A couple things before we get into the meat and potatoes of it here tonight. Have you seen the new Odyssey trailer?
I have. Yes.
What do you think about it?
So I'm still very much excited about it. I've heard a lot of the noise surrounding the trailer from people who aren't that impressed or enthusiastic about certain things that they've seen in the trailer, such as the dialogue, the use of certain more, I guess, modernized words instead of the old English adage that would be used for Greek verbiage translated in English or whatever. Yeah,
it's a weird hill to die on,
It kind of is, yeah.
I feel like people are like really nitpicking this movie, trying to find something wrong with it. I'm just like, okay, if they came out and were like, where dost my fatherland, mm-hmm. That's not going to be anything close to what the ancient Greek would have been anyway.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm sure if Nolan wanted to, he could have said, all right, the whole movie's going to be in Greek.
Yeah, it's all going to be in ancient Greek, subtitled. That's it.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's been so much just eye-rolling kind of criticism for this movie that no one has seen yet. Yeah. Such as people being upset that there's black people in it. Being upset at like the costume design, saying that like, oh, it looks like a Batman suit. What the fuck? It's just been weird, man. I've seen a lot of weird criticisms.
I mean, honestly, if anything, they might want to be upset that there's white people in it, pasty white people, mm-hmm. because nobody like from Greece would have been Tom Holland white.
That's true.
They would have been like
olive toned.
Yeah, very like olive skin. Especially the people who just went out and fought on a fucking beach for years.
Yeah.
They would have been very dark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
And all of a sudden, everybody's become just an expert on Homer and on his work. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, the Odyssey, it should be on a literary pedestal because it is a really important piece of work. But people act like fucking God Almighty himself wrote this and delivered it down to the masses.
Yeah, we don't even know if Homer was a person. Yeah. Like, it could have been an organization. It could have been a group of people. What we do know is that the story was told orally for years and years and years before it was finally, like, probably etched into some rocks.
And they probably fucked it all the way up.
Yeah, I mean, it's the telephone game, right? Yeah. Times 1,000. and has been translated over and over and over again. That's why there was a pretty recent, I think it was an audiobook that was done of it, and it's translated into modern language for that because the thing is, it was probably originally told by illiterate bards. You know, this story would have originally been told by people that probably could not read and write.
Yeah.
And so it would have been told in the dialect of whoever their audience was, most likely. And so that really just goes to show that this is a work that is meant to be translated to be best understood by its target audience. And I think that this movie is in the spirit of that. I do think the fact that we're even having the conversation is kind of ludicrous, though.
Oh, absolutely. But, I mean, it's ludicrous but not unexpected.
No. I think Nolan has hit that level of success where there are just haters because he's very successful.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing similar arguments, around Sinners, especially because, like, the Sinners hate died down, but then it came back up around Oscar season. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, honestly, I think that it should have won more.
I agree.
If I'm being honest. One battle after another. I have seen that movie. It's not that good.
I agree. I don't think it's that good either.
Okay. Yeah. I watched it, and I was very curious because of all the hype around it, and I wanted to see this movie. And it was, okay, let's see what it's about. And a bunch of different themes. They don't land any of them, and they waste a whole lot of time on nothing.
Yeah, I really don't understand the hype around this movie, why it's considered to be so brilliant other than, I guess, like Leo is Leo, you know? If there's just a certain amount of prestige now that comes with that. I don't know. I feel like his luster has kind of worn off for me, you know, as he's gotten older. I think he's a tremendous actor. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the GOATs for sure. But it's like these days they just put him in really artsy shit, and then everybody in Hollywood claps along as if it's just preordained.
Right.
I think Sinners should have had Best Picture for sure.
Agreed.
So, I really dislike Sinners in a different category than The Odyssey because there's also another level of detraction with Sinners. Just, you know, if you don't, I don't need to go into it, but just go on like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes and look up Sinners and find the negative audience reviews. And there's a pattern, and you'll see. Yeah. You'll see. You won't have to read very many of them, and you'll be like,
Yeah, okay. You'll get the idea of that real quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That reminded me of something else that we may bring up later. It's kind of in correlation with Born Again. If I'm feeling up to it, then we'll have this discussion.
Okay.
I feel like there's something else that happened between the last time that we spoke on mic.
Matthew Lillard got cast in Man of Tomorrow.
Yes, he has.
The timing on that was interesting.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he was just Mr. Charles there too?
In both things, yeah.
And we still don't know who the fuck he works for.
Yeah, he just goes between universes, and we're like, what?
Yeah. So Matthew Lillard will be in Man of Tomorrow. This is pretty big. Matthew Lillard, he never really went away, but I mean, recently he's had such a resurgence, though.
Yes.
And he's just been popping up everywhere, and I won't complain about that. I think he's great. Who do you think he's gonna play in Man of Tomorrow? A new role or something more familiar?
Well, a lot of people are saying that he might be Brainiac.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad choice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that he can add a certain kind of charm and charisma to the role of Brainiac. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, knowing James Gunn though, he made a big deal out of it. He could be like a super minor role.
Absolutely, especially since they're friends, right?
Yeah, he could be Jimmy Olsen or some shit, you know.
Jimmy Olsen from the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no telling really, but I mean, I guess time will tell who he is. It's hard to say, man. I remember when he was cast for Born Again, people were throwing out rumors as to who he could be or what his role is, and it's funny because we still don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, well, season's over, and we still don't know. We still do not know.
But no, that is really cool, though. We're nearing the summer now, and the TV shows are starting to die down for us, but the movies are starting to kick up now.
Yes. We have, in 2 days from this recording, we have the Punisher special is here. That is supposedly going to lead us right into a brand new day, which is coming out in July.
Yep.
So we don't have too long to wait. And then we have 2 more weeks of The Boys left. Mm-hmm. Fucking Christ. Can that be over already? And then that's going to be it for us for TV shows, right? It's dying out.
Pretty much. I think until, fall maybe? House of the Dragon?
Yeah, whenever House of the Dragon comes on.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the next big thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not reviewing it, but Euphoria is on.
That's right.
And whatever the fuck that show is now. I'm still watching it. But, I'm not sure if I like it. I think I do. It's not the same show, though.
I saw a clip circulating online, and at first I didn't even know it was from Euphoria. I think it's from that show, but it was a clip of Sydney Sweeney in, some kind of dog outfit.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I couldn't look away, even though it was very bizarre.
Oh, there's a worse one. There's one, and it's it's her, dressed up as a baby. This got a lot of traction online.
Oh.
And she has the bib and the pacifier and all that shit, but she also just has her titties out. And so you're just I shouldn't look at this at all. This is bizarre and weird, but I'm still staring at it. Uh-huh. And that got a lot of people online very upset. There's a pretty interesting scene with Hunter Schafer as well that got a lot of people talking. The show is still doing Euphoria things. Mm-hmm. It's still got the shock value to it, but it's just a different show. Yeah. It's got, so basically from the original cast, you have Cassie, Maddie, Rue, Jules. Jules isn't even in the first 2 episodes. And Nate, and a little bit of Lexi. Lexi kind of cameos. Mm-hmm. But other than that, the rest of the characters are gone. It's just not, they're not in school anymore. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of sprawled out. And it's become a very different show. It's now kind of a crime drama now. So
that's an interesting pivot. You knew that they couldn't have the same show that it was in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen any of season 3 yet. I am going to watch it at some point. I just don't know what to really make of it right now. I have to be in the mood for this new season, I think.
When you watch the first episode, you're going to be bored. You're going to be like, what the fuck is happening to my show? But it does get better. I will say, by the 3rd episode, in the first 2, you're really, really feeling the absence of Jules. Mm-hmm. But by the 3rd episode, I will say it picks up significantly. I'm still an episode behind. I guess if I don't watch it today, I'll actually be 2 episodes behind. So I need to.
Got to get on it.
I got to get on it. But yeah, man, TV is starting to wind down. House of the Dragon will be the next thing that we get. I need to watch the Mall Show. We need to review that.
We do.
We need to watch it and review that. I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Same, actually. Yeah, so I got to get on that. I'll probably start that sometime this week.
Me too.
So we do have movies coming up as well. Obviously, I think, we have the Mando and Grogu movie.
Yep.
And I think we'll both be out of town when that comes out.
Yeah, we'll be a little late on the review for that one, guys.
But we'll get it. We'll get it out to you guys.
You're going to be on a cruise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you'll be out of town that week too, right?
Yeah, I'll be at Momo.
Yeah, that's Momo, yeah.
So, hanging out with the cast of Critical Role, all of them.
Hell yeah. We have Supergirl.
Yes.
In June.
Yes.
I feel like we have some other things in June too.
Yeah, is that when Odyssey's coming out, or is that?
Oh, I think it is June. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Odyssey's coming out.
That's right. Yep. So we have Odyssey, and I think also around June. We mentioned July. There's No Way Home.
Brand New Day.
A Brand New Day. Jesus Christ.
When is the Endgame re-release coming out? Is that August? September?
I don't know. Have they given a date for that yet?
I think they said late summer. So we're gonna have to go and watch that.
Watch that, yeah.
For the probably 12 seconds of additional footage.
yeah, for the 8.6 seconds of new footage.
Do you think it's gonna be something monumental that they? I think they recorded at least a new scene on the Doomsday set for this in-game remaster.
I think maybe it was you who said this, but or maybe I saw it online somewhere. But I think that there's maybe a lot of traction behind the theory that it's a Steve Rogers scene.
Yeah.
I think I've heard somewhere that maybe it has to do with Steve questioning not the logistics of what he's doing with his time travel, but like maybe the potential consequences.
Right.
And so it does, if that does hold up, then it does sound like maybe they are going the route of Steve being the one who causes the incursions.
Right.
And that is interesting. What else is interesting, and I don't know if this is just supposed to be more of a subliminal thing or more of a overt plot point, but there seems to be a strong theme of children for Doomsday, whether it be us seeing Doom interact with fucking demigod. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin Richards.
Yeah. Or us seeing Cap holding his kid, seeing Steve holding what we assume is his kid anyway.
Yeah, he might have just stole a baby.
Yeah, he could have stole a baby.
Like he steals cars.
Yeah.
He may have stole a car and there was a baby in it.
Had a baby in it. It's like, I guess this is mine now.
Yeah. Right.
And then us seeing Thor with his adopted kid.
Yep, Love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is also not his kid.
It's also not his kid. Maybe that's the theme of people stealing kids.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But no, I guess to get back to your original point, I have no idea exactly what this new Doomsday footage could be, or this new in-game footage, I guess. I don't know, man. I just think that I think it's a good thing for Marvel and for the Russos that I really like Endgame, and so I'm going to go see it again.
Right. I think they're banking on that with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's also, they've just been putting out good shit lately.
Yeah.
And that's what it really just took the whole time, is that it's like, if you go look at it, like, I thought that Thunderbolts was quite good. We really liked Fantastic Four, but the years between Endgame and that, other than a few bright spots like, No Way Home or Guardians 3, the quality just wasn't there. And so they're having to really win audiences back. And so if they want to do that, the best way to do it is to, have stuff like Born Again Season 2 that's really good. Have stuff like this Punisher special that's really good. Hopefully Brand New Day will also continue that trend. And so when Doomsday comes out, they're not, running this race from behind.
Well, I think it's a little bit more than that, right? Because if it was just an issue of entertainment and quality, then people wouldn't have complained so much about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Right.
I think it's also an issue of a disconnect, where people feel like there just hasn't been enough building blocks to lead to anything.
Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, like, if you're watching or listening to this, just think of a plot point that's been set up that hasn't been resolved that you think will be resolved in Doomsday. Other than the fucking scene of Thor crying with Deadpool in his arms. What you got?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. There's a lot of plot threads that are going to be left dangling that will never be resolved that have happened between Endgame and now.
Yeah. I mean, Kit Harington with the sword or whatever, the swordsman or whatever.
Yep. What was his name? Was it the Black Knight?
Black Knight.
Yeah. So we're never gonna get that resolution. What about the Shang-Chi stinger when they were looking at the origin of the rings? I think it was.
Probably won't ever happen. Well, we might get something on that. Like it could come out that they're from another universe.
Okay. Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that.
Took them a long fucking time to come to that realization.
They just been sitting in that room just. And then like Wong will just go quiet for like 12 hours or whatever, and then he'll be like,
What about the Multiverse of Madness stinger? Like that was a big one.
That was a big one, yeah. And then we didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
I assume that's definitely going to come up in Doomsday though, because it mentions the incursions directly.
That's true. It really does. But has Doctor Strange been confirmed for Doomsday?
Oh, that's not important.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure he's in it.
Okay.
I'm sure he's in it.
Okay. What's his name? Alan Cummings, the actor who plays Nightcrawler in X2. He didn't let loose any details, but he did say that there were a lot of people who actually were in the movie who weren't named in the script, I guess, to keep things quiet.
Yeah.
And so he said it made it a little confusing at times because he was like, well, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I think we're going to see a lot of interactions between the Fox universe and the Marvel, MCU proper.
I will never say anything here on this podcast before the movie comes out, just in case the shit is true. But the shit that I've heard that happens in like the first 5 minutes sounds really, really cool. Maybe a little bit of nostalgia bait going on there, but it still sounds really cool to say the least.
What if we get a Fantastic Four versus the Fan Four Stick fight?
I said it sounds really cool.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
They obviously had to save that for the third act. That's like the big reveal,
Yeah, I can see it now. Where like, fucking the Thing. He's like, oh, this is the end of the world. This is gonna be our doomsday, Reed. And Reed goes, say that again.
Yeah. And then, like, the two, he starts fighting the fucking kaiju thing, and he's like, yo, man, why is your dick out?
He's like, why is yours not?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. But no, man, Doomsday is something that is always going to not keep me up at night, but I'm always going to have more questions about this movie the more details we get. Until we at least get a proper trailer. Yeah. And there's still no sign of a proper trailer in sight.
Yeah, obviously they have plenty of time.
They do.
It's just crazy that we already got a Dune trailer.
I know.
And that shit comes out in like December also. Mm-hmm. And we got that trailer, like a month ago?
Yeah.
It's crazy to say this. Like, if you had gone back in time 7 years to Endgame, and been like, hey, man, when Dune 3 comes out, they're going to have less problem promoting that shit than, like, the next Avengers movie. I would have been like, that's not possible. But, I think Dune's a sure thing. I think it's going to make a ton of money.
I agree.
And it's crazy because as of right now, it's going to open across from Doomsday. Mm-hmm. Which is, honestly, I don't care who it is. One of them should blink. Yeah. Because it's just going to be better for both companies if someone moves their fucking date.
Exactly.
Because this is not a Barbenheimer thing. These movies have the same audience for the most part. Mm-hmm. Like, that Venn diagram, it's not a circle, but, like, it's a very... The edges are very thin on the outside. Whereas with, like, Barbenheimer, I think it was the opposite. You had a very small percentage of people who wanted to see both movies. I was one of them. I think they're both great. Oppenheimer was the better movie. If I wanted to rewatch one of them, it might be 50-50 because...
Florence Pugh.
Yes. Yeah. If you take that out of the movie, I would rather watch Barbie any day, I think.
Jesus Christ.
But having Florence Pugh explain astrophysics to me butt-ass naked, that was brilliant. Yeah.
I really understood it.
I understood it a lot, yeah. Yeah. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
After all of that. So...
That is a good point, though. And also, if they move the dates back, it makes it easier for us as podcasters. Because we have to review both of these.
Oh, yeah. We've sat here and gone into the ins and outs of, like, how we would do this, right? It's like, okay, if they both open on the same night, what are we going to go see? And I'm like, well, I'm really hoping there'll be an early IMAX release for Dune, the same way they've done some other recent movies lately, like Superman, which we got to go get the early access for that, which was amazing. Yes. Hopefully we could do that for Dune, and then we could go see Doomsday on opening night. if we are forced to pick, I'm probably going to have to pick Doomsday because that's what we're going to want to review. That's going to be a long night for us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we haven't done that in a while.
It's been a while, but, I mean, thankfully, fuck it, I'm off on Friday, so.
Yeah. I mean, to hell with it.
Yeah, to hell with it.
So, it's going to be an interesting night. And then I'll just have to go catch Dune like the next day or whatever. If we're forced to pick. And then we're going to review that shit.
Yeah.
So, you guys are going to get your content either way.
So, it'll be there.
Or what we could do is we both just take Thursday off. We go to our early showing of Dune, review it, and then go watch Doomsday and then review it.
I ain't gonna lie, that thought did cross my mind, but then I have to wonder about, would that fuck with the podcast in any way, basically?
I think it would, because I think by the time we got to the Doomsday review, I think we would be fucking tired.
Yeah.
And probably like, fuck this shit. Even if, like, there's a certain point in, like, one day where you just can't, your brain just runs out of fucking dopamine.
Yeah, exactly.
To supply you with. You just start getting used to it.
Yeah.
So, am I going to be in the third act of Doomsday just like, I've seen so much crazy shit today.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I still can't get over that fucking third act Doom stinger, and so, like, here I am watching Doomsday now.
Yeah.
You never know.
I swear, man. They won't do it, and I've talked about this at length, but when they make another Doom movie, I'm not going to see that shit. And I'm not saying if, I'm saying when. You know that Warner Brothers, old ownership or new ownership, is not going to sit there and look at a $3 billion franchise and go, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. Have you seen the TV show? And then I promise we'll get into the Daredevil review.
I haven't, because no one asked for that shit. I've heard it's not bad.
Okay.
But, like, and it's one of those things where, like, I would watch it at some point, but I just don't have a ton of interest. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah. I probably would have watched it by now had I remembered it, but I completely forgot about its existence. But I'll probably watch it before the movie comes out, just like I'm going to rewatch the first two before I watch 3. So
we did find out the author of Kraven's Last Hunt.
Yes, J.M. DeMatteis will be there. That is incredible.
He's going to be at Dragon Con this year.
Yeah. Caleb representing the Dragon Con t-shirt.
Always.
Absolutely.
Got about 50 of them shits.
Yeah, I got a few myself now at this point.
Yeah.
I was going through my closet. Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. So we're finally getting to the point where they're rolling out people who are going to be there.
Yeah. So, interesting thing. You were born in 87, right? As well?
88.
Oh, you're 88. Okay. Well, fuck you then, young blood. But so they actually they're doing a retro Dragon Con shirt of it's like they let people vote on all the old shirts, and they're going to revive one since this is the 40th anniversary.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the 1987 shirt is the one that got picked.
Ooh.
And so I bought one because I was 87, so I was like, I got to have this.
Right.
So I have another one already ordered.
So have you seen what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the actual 87 shirt. They're just like making it a new printing of it or whatever.
Oh, that's dope.
So happy about that. And then obviously like the official shirt this year will probably be dope as hell too.
Yeah. They normally don't mess with those designs.
They really don't.
Yeah.
And they usually, sometimes they'll do 2 and they'll both be dope.
Yeah.
Like I really love the ice cream they did last year.
That was good. Yeah. I got one of those too.
So
yeah. The Spider-Man theme one from a couple years ago, that was really cool.
Yeah, they never going to top that amazing Dragon Con design.
Yeah.
It was just dope as hell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get into it?
I guess we should. So, homies one and all, welcome back to another very special episode of the Superhero Homies Podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I'm here with the world's greatest co-host, the homie Caleb.
What's going on, everybody? I just got back from the beach.
Yeah.
I was actually staying right next to the legendary remains of Club La Vila, which was, of course, the frequent sighting for WCW Nitro.
That's right.
Including, I believe, the last episode of Nitro was there. So it's just a ruin now. A hurricane destroyed it forever ago. But my favorite place to stay when I go down there is actually right next door to it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Was it Flair and Sting, was that the final WCW match?
I think so.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, under the actual WCW banner, which what an appropriate match.
Yeah, I agree. So. I'm glad they made a smart decision, at least on the way out.
Have you seen the Hogan documentary?
I haven't brought myself to watch it yet.
Okay, it's not like riveting. You know, it's not like The Last Dance.
Yeah.
But I also like Michael Jordan.
Right.
So, if you're like a student of the game, which you are, you're not going to learn a whole lot of new stuff. There is some things, but most of that comes from like different people's perspectives on shit. Mm-hmm. But I was entertained.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably give it a watch at some point. I watched the Vince doc from 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is definitely, the tone is way different from that, where the Vince documentary was more of an expose that he just happened to participate in. This is a lot more of like, watching this thing, it's like, oh, the entire wrestling business would have died if not for Hulk Hogan. It wouldn't exist without him. He's the wrestling business bread and butter. Okay. He should be the first person on your Mount Rushmore.
Got it.
And then they have like half an episode that talks about all his like scandals and shit, and they really like gloss over that a lot. So it's not a puff piece, but it's definitely slanted, in a way, towards him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Like if they can't display the man for all of his good qualities and his faults, and I really don't want to see a whole lot of it.
Yeah, and I mean they do like go into the like racism and like the comments and all that, but they didn't get Brooke either. She refused to appear.
I heard that she refused,
and I mean honestly, so like she would have been where a lot of the negative I think would have come from, but the only person that they interview is Nick, and Nick has this like very like idyllic version of his dad.
Yeah,
and so you get that aspect of it, and I'm like, didn't you fucking kill somebody? Get off my TV,
God damn. You're not wrong, but yeah. Holy shit. Speaking of killing it, Born Again.
That's right. Episodes 7 and 8. We're a little delayed on this one, but here we are, folks. We are here to finally bring you all of the down and dirty, spicy review.
Absolutely. Born Again Season 2 has come to a close. It seems like it was just yesterday that we got Season 1. It feels refreshing to know that it is possible for a TV show to be made and then get another season within a year.
Yeah.
For a while there, I was thinking that it must just not be possible no more.
Yeah, this show does it. The Pit does it like clockwork, and they do like 14, 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Incredible. Agreed. But it's so cool to see that, okay, so it can be done. Like, it is possible to make a high-quality television show with a fast turnaround rate.
Yeah.
But we are here to discuss the last 2 episodes of Born Again Season 2. Episode 7 is titled The Hateful Darkness, and Episode 8 is titled The Southern Cross. Very interesting title names there.
Yes.
But, Caleb, by the way, full spoilers for everything Daredevil.
Yeah, all of it.
But what you think of these last 2 episodes?
Well, first and foremost, I'm definitely going to need Brand New Day to explain to me why the fuck Spider-Man was just straight chilling during all of this. Taking selfies with little kids and shit. He must have been in, like, the good neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, he's, like, the friendly neighborhood asterisk Spider-Man.
So, by neighborhood, he meant, like, he never left Queens.
Yeah. Yeah, he only comes to your neighborhood if it's friendly.
If it's friendly, yeah.
Yeah. And Hell's Kitchen, I guess.
I mean, look at the name. He's not going there.
Yeah, he's not going there. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen and Harlem both, probably.
Yeah, he said, that's a no for me.
He's like, oh, man, Matt and Luke got that shit.
Yeah, they got it covered.
They got that on lock. I won't even go over there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Luke wasn't even there in Harlem, so we'll get there.
He was like, man, it's weird because, like, I seen a dude in a hoodie who was like, I'm Luke Cage. And so I left.
Yeah, he disclaimed it, so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of real life parallels, with there's a lot of allegory in this in the main story of this season. It goes to reason that, you know, Fisk probably wasn't sending the chilly task force to the nice neighborhoods.
No, well, Fisk wasn't sending the chilly agents to the neighborhoods that didn't oppose him.
Yeah.
His whole Safer Streets initiative, which I love the name of that because it rings true to like the Patriot Act. You know, you got to name it something that sounds uplifting. You know?
And amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone wants,
you know,
Safer Streets.
big beautiful bill. You know, it all sounds so tremendous on the surface. But yeah, like I said, everyone wants safer streets. So this is this is Fisk's way of making New York a safer place.
My favorite real world instance of that shit is the estate tax. You know, it used to be called the estate tax.
Yeah.
And people were like, every time they try to get rid of that, like, it wouldn't go through because people are like, man, I don't have a fucking estate. That sounds like some shit only rich people have to pay. Fuck them. And then they changed it to be called a death tax, you know? Because it's like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of that because, like, I'm going to die. I don't want my kids to have to pay all these taxes.
Right.
And it's like, there's functionally no difference whatsoever. It's just they just put a different name on it to get you to get rid of it, even though it really was just an estate tax. I think you have to have like, I want to say it's over $1 million worth of assets.
I think it was,
for it to kick in. Yeah. So
but no, that is a really good point though.
Words are powerful.
Words are very powerful. It's almost like asking people, did they support Obamacare or the Affordable
Care Act?
You know, and I mean, you would just see people's like their ignorance would show.
Oh, absolutely.
Brightly, yeah. But yeah, so there obviously are a lot of real world implications in this show. A lot of things that we see here. The anti-vigilante task force does really ring similar to what we see in society today with the ICE agents and whatnot. Fisk, you know, him being a highly corrupt man turned politician and injecting his bitterness and his corruptness further into politics also rings true as well for a lot of things and a lot of people. But with that being said, though, I got to say this, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, right? Because there are people out there who take umbrage with that because you don't always want to watch television to see, society on your screen. But I got to say, you know, if this is where you draw the line, then I got to say, then it's just because it hit a nerve with you,
right?
Because if that's where your umbrage comes from, then you can never watch another X-Men thing,
right?
There's so much in fiction that draws on people's reality, so don't just pay attention to the shit that you feel only affects you. You have to pay attention to the shit that like reflects the world outside your window. Which, by the way, that's Marvel's whole thesis. That's their motto. They represent the world outside your window. But if anything, man, I think that is so kind of ironic because a lot of this stuff was taken from the comics, which was written before certain things happened.
Right.
But it just goes to show you how sometimes life imitates art, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've talked about how, like, you know, how heavy-handed, like, The Boys is with their allegory. And it's crazy with that because every time they're trying their damnedest to parody the shit, and it somehow the real life, you know, keeps upping it, up in the ante. But I actually really like everything that they've done with Born Again, other than the season 1 finale, which I have talked at length about how I detested that. And go check out our review of it if you want to hear me, speak at length on that subject. But I thought these last 2 episodes, I wasn't the biggest fan, like we said earlier, of Matt getting shot again, but it made sense, and it also kind of depowered him a little bit for the finale. So the episode 6 left off with like the riot and like Karen being under the gun, right? And we see that she ended up getting arrested. And then in episode 7, we actually get something that I don't think most people understood how badly the show needed it until we got it. But we have not seen Matt Murdock, the lawyer, at all in season 2 of Born Again because he's a fugitive. Well, Daredevil's a fugitive, and Matt is missing.
Yeah.
But seeing him return here in the court scene was such a great moment, I thought.
Agreed.
And pivotal. It kind of makes Kirsten look inept,
So it does in episode 7. In episode 8, you do need Matt.
Yes, absolutely.
But I agree. In episode 7, I mean, and the show does a pretty good job of explaining to us that this is just still a kangaroo court and it's been thrown together quickly.
Yes.
And Kirsten doesn't have the time that she needs to put together her case and establish all her evidence to present to the court.
Yeah, she doesn't have all the facts either, which Matt does.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's Daredevil, spoiler.
Huge spoiler alert, guys. Matt Murdock is, in fact, Daredevil.
Well, everybody knows now.
Yeah. But when with episode 7 in particular, as great as that moment was, and it was great seeing Matt come back as Matt Murdock, the attorney at law, it was, for me, the Daniel, Buck, and BB show.
Absolutely.
And I mean, like, for me, this was like the moneymaker, like the shit that really captivated me. And it just goes to show how powerful this show is at writing these characters. The fact that 3 side characters essentially stole the show from me this episode. I mean, I think that they all did tremendous. And the fact that the stakes felt so real and the tension was so high just goes to show that they did an amazing job with this thing. Seeing the nuance of Daniel, I have to give, I think, Michael Gandolfini.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, son of James Gandolfini from Sopranos.
From Sopranos, yes.
He did a tremendous job in this. And just like the nuance of the character of Daniel, I think speaks volumes. And also, not to sidebar my own thought here, but like the nuance of a lot of things in this show, I think is pretty well done. Including like just even the nuance of how this show tackles things like religion.
Yes.
Like it presents Matt as a Catholic, and it doesn't present it as a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing.
He just is.
Yeah, he just is.
And we cannot overstate here, we also got the return of, well, now Detective Brett Mahoney.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did come back.
He was just Sergeant Mahoney before.
He was just a sergeant now, yeah.
That's a callback from the Netflix series.
Right.
I don't think he's been seen at all, right?
Nope.
In Born Again. So we finally got him back from the Netflix series, and he was actually sort of almost a Coulson-like character. He was in all of them, I believe.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was like him, and then you see Turk kind of pop up in different places. Yeah.
And then, of course, Night Nurse. What was her name?
Claire.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah. I don't know why that didn't come to me, but yeah. But we got Claire. She was like really the character that kind of tied it all together. But
yeah, because somebody got to fix up these goddamn
superheroes. Somebody got to patch all these motherfuckers up. She helped Luke in different ways. He doesn't need patching up.
I mean, I think that did her and then Matt ever officially hook up?
I mean, if Matt encounters somebody with a vagina, I just assume that he's been in it because he's Matt Murdock.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah. He is the Marvel equivalent to Dick Grayson.
That is very true. That shit is unfair.
And he actually has a pretty decent dating record other than old fucking Heather.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna regret that one. She is gonna be the crazy ex. Where like when someone's in a conversation with Matt and they're like, "Man, you're crazy ass ex," he's gonna know exactly who they're talking about.
And also, I think that my My Heather theory, I think they all but confirmed it. She's gonna be Muse.
Oh no, they confirmed that shit. Yeah, no, that's confirmed.
Yeah.
She put the mask on and everything.
Mm-hmm. She put the Muse mask on, looked in the mirror, and only saw her face, which is going back to her whole thesis about vigilantes and mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 100% the new Muse.
She's gonna be something in season 3. Which, do we ever see Buck again?
Well, he gets shot.
Yeah, that's right. He gets shot. Yeah.
And by the way, Buck, I guess mild spoiler, he's confirmed for season 3.
Yeah. So he's gonna be back, and I actually called that shit. I said I could see him surviving out of everybody. That he was gonna have like a Starscream kind of thing going, where it's like, whoever's got the power, that's who he's gonna be loyal to.
I don't think that Sheila. You think that she would want Buck? I mean, would she want that kind of association?
I think she realizes he's effective.
Yeah.
But if Sheila doesn't want him, Heather definitely will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We'll get more into that later about what old Buck could be up to.
I could see him being one of Muse's victims.
Ooh.
Eventually. Because, like, I don't think he's crazy. You know, like, yeah, he's probably a sociopath. But, like, I don't think he's batshit insane like Heather.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that Daniel's last words will come back to haunt Buck in the worst way possible.
I agree.
Yeah. What are you going to do when the gun's pointed at your head?
Yeah. I was sad to see Daniel go.
Same.
I was glad that BB survived, but, like, that whole thing was so tragic. Yeah. And I will say, if I have a complaint about Born Again Season 2, it's probably the pacing. I feel like some things are just not given time to breathe, and then other things are given maybe too much or adequate amount, but some other things kind of get rushed. Like, I feel like that final scene with him and Buck, I feel like it's just kind of over. There's no, like, you know, going in there, Buck's going to kill him probably. But, like, I just feel like that scene could have used some more room to breathe. You know, I feel like the Karen and Heather scene was rushed. It needed more time, you know?
I agree with you with the Heather and Karen scene. I definitely think that needed more to fully establish what they wanted to do. I actually think it's maybe by design that the Daniel and Buck scene is that way, because it feels more curt and cold.
True.
Like that. Like, wow, so this guy who it seemed that you established some kind of friendship with, just like that, it's over.
Yeah.
And Buck has moved on. But I mean, you know, like that whole scene really showed a lot of Daniel's own kind of heart.
Yes.
So, I mean, because for a second there, he is going to take BB up there to that room, but
Yeah.
he knows exactly what's going to happen if he does that to BB. And he grows a pair, and he tells BB, go somewhere, don't tell me where you're going, don't take your cell phone, you know, all this and that, and just go. And he knows that there is no running away for him. Like, for Daniel to also run away, he's just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
And so he goes up there, and that would have to be the longest walk of my life.
Yeah.
If I know what I'm walking into.
Yeah.
You know? And he goes up in there, and Buck asks, where's BB? And Daniel just says, she's not coming. And Buck stands up, reaches in his coat jacket, pulls out the "I'ma fuck you up" gloves.
Yep.
And
all right, man. Well, somebody was going to get shot today. I guess it's going to be you.
Yep.
There's no one else here, so.
Now, if you're Daniel in this situation, what would you do?
I probably would have tried to get away with BB, honestly. And the thing is, if he could have evaded them for like 2 days, he'd have been fine.
That is true. That is true.
But he had no way of knowing that. They had been gone. Yeah. They didn't know even about all the riots and shit.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah. That is a good point, though. But then also, like, you'd be living paranoid forever if you're Daniel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, even with Fist gone, you'd still be worried that Buck's coming for you.
Yeah. I'd be worried that Fist is coming for me.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's in prison.
Right.
A prison of his own mind, maybe, but not a physical one.
I'd much rather get shot by Buck than get like my chest caved in by fucking Kingpin.
You know, you ever have that moment where you know your back really needs to pop, so like you try to put it up against the corner of a wall, you know, just try to.
Yeah.
Well, Fisk did that for one of those rioters.
He did.
But he just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
And he looked like an accordion by the end of it. That was gruesome.
He fucked up a lot of those rioters.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be honest with you. We talked about this a little off mic. You know, I can understand the first guy that he like fucking railed, like just fucking one shot and like knocked him through a wall. After that, man, I'd have left. Mm-hmm. You know,
we don't have to fast forward here, but man, like in that moment where you see all the rioters rushing towards Fisk, like you said, the first one, oh man, who knew that was going to happen? And maybe the second guy think that it was a fluke, and then you realize, oh, that was not a fluke.
Yeah, he just rolled a 20. You know, he just got a crit on that first one.
Without saying any words, Fisk said to all those rioters, "I'm not stuck in here with all of you.
You're stuck in here with me."
Yeah. And that was made super evident when they were trying to escape, and they couldn't.
It reminded me of the Vader scene at the end of Rogue One.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very reminiscent of that.
Mm-hmm. It very much so. Pretty much the same thing.
And him wearing the white suit, too. It's the old wrestling adage, you know. If you see somebody come out in all white,
somebody's going to bleed.
Odds are, yeah. And somebody was going to hear. Yeah. Lots of somebodies. Fisk wasn't one of them.
No. Oh.
I'll be honest, though. Matt is a better guy than me because, like, when the rioters finally got the better of him and they started beating his ass, I'd have stood there for longer.
Especially if you're Matt Murdock. I can hear your heartbeat. I can hear, like, all the lacerations that you get.
Yeah.
You know, I know when you're at your limit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have been like, let's give him some time. Yeah. I can always say I didn't see shit.
But going back to episode 7, poor Daniel, he gets physically just bludgeoned by Buck. And Buck is being very methodical about the whole thing. Yeah. And for Buck, it's not about whether or not they're friends. It's about business with him.
Yes.
And after a while, Daniel has been beaten to just a fucking bloody pulp. And Buck just asks him, okay, basically he says, "This is your last chance. Tell me where she is." And Daniel refuses. But also he doesn't know.
Right.
He genuinely doesn't know. And then that's when he drops the line, "What are you going to do when the gun is pointed at your head?"
Yeah.
And that does cause Buck some hesitation, something to think about for a brief second. And now in that brief window between Daniel saying that and Buck holding the gun to Daniel's head, did you think there's a possibility that Daniel might live?
Yeah, I thought that there was a chance he might not kill him.
Yeah. So,
but he you know, put his chips down. You know, he was loyal to the man upstairs, being Fisk in this case, and that loyalty is probably not going to pay off.
No, not at all. Actually,
I mean, I'll give it to him. Buck is loyal, man, because like even down to like him taking a bullet in the finale. Yeah, you know, that was a bad way to go. I mean, he's still alive, I think, right?
Yeah, Buck's still alive.
But man, he was in there for hours with a fucking gunshot wound.
And that was a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that wasn't no 22. You don't want to get shot by anything.
Right.
But yeah, and he's lucky, you know, because it wasn't a Bullseye. So like, you're lucky to be alive, you know.
Oh yeah. And I mean, the thing that people have to understand about that scene in particular is that Bullseye, it seems his intention was just to stir up shit. Yes. It's like, if I kill Fisk, cool. But
if not,
yeah, I'm going to cause so much chaos with just this one shot. Because you see him taste the shot, Buck gets in the way, and Bullseye's like, huh. And then he walks away, leaves the gun set up there and everything.
Speaking of Bullseye, you know, we see in this episode in 7, where Matt gives him a chance, like, hey, if you want to actually redeem yourself, you'll do this. And it was great to see the scene at the end where, you know, obviously, like, Fisk has sent somebody to take the governor out, and Bullseye actually saves her.
Yeah.
And left the dude alive so they could get it out of him. It was brilliant.
It was.
Yeah.
Man, Matt has to be very careful because
you got to give this motherfucker specific instructions. I want you to go there. If anybody tries to kill the governor, you maim them and neutralize the threat. Leave them alive. Don't kill anyone else. Don't harm anyone else.
He's like, you got me in a technicality.
Yeah. He's like writing all this shit down. Yeah. He's like, read this over and over.
Yeah, because that's a very tricky thing when you're dealing with Dex. And man, I hope that Mr. Charles knows what he's dealing with. Because
Dex looked very comfy on the plane.
He did.
They're in first class and everything.
Yeah. He's like I said, Dex is having a great old time this season for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like the CIA. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure they'll have a use for him. Do you think that this is leading into sort of a like a Dark Avengers, like a Thunderbolt sequel type movie?
That would be tremendous. Because I tell you this much, I thought about this. The Thunderbolts need someone like Bullseye, because like they are supposed to be a group of bad people who are trying to do the right thing their way.
Yeah,
and you know, like one of my small qualms about the Thunderbolts, they're just more of a dysfunctional family than there are bad people.
Yeah, I mean, U.S. Agent is like the only person that's like, I think, not good aligned necessarily.
Yeah,
and even he's more like neutral.
Yeah. But Dex is batshit crazy.
Yeah. No, he said he's one of the good guys now.
Oh, all right. You got me.
The delivery of that line is still one of my favorite parts of this season, where it's just like, oh, don't worry. I'm one of the good guys. Yeah. Motherfucker, what? and then also, fucking Matt's reaction when Dex says that shit to him, he's like, hold the fuck up. You're going to have to explain that shit to me.
Yeah. So break it down for me. Explain to me how you're one of the good guys now.
Yeah, how do you figure? Like, I need to. He's like, oh, I'm going to kill Fisk. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But no, you're right though. To see what Dex does at the end of episode 7, saving the governor, that was pretty huge. And also, like you said, leaving the guy alive was also a really big deal too. So you go back to, I forget what episode it was, maybe 5. But when Matt had the opportunity to leave Dex there to basically die,
yeah,
and instead he decided to take the higher road and to save Dex. You know, had he not done that, a lot of this shit would have fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the right call.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he also, if Karen had killed him, she would probably still be in jail.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was very worried after this penultimate episode about what we were going to get for the finale. Mm-hmm. Because they burned us last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, they didn't move any of the pieces on the board the way I thought that they would in this penultimate episode. And they shot Matt again. So I'm like, fuck. But as the finale even started, it has such a different energy. Mm-hmm. I knew that we were going to get a really nice, clean, wrapped up, resolution to these first 2 seasons of Born Again. Because really, season 1 and 2 is one story.
It is.
It's this whole Mayor Fisk arc, and I think if they had come out and kind of maybe been a little clearer about that, then people's expectations may not have been sky high for season 1, but they didn't. So season 2, though, I think is vastly superior to 1. I think it was much more better put together. Obviously, it didn't have all the production woes that season 1 had, and the quality here was just astounding. I mean, the some of the shots in this finale were just, I mean, really all of it, but mainly the finale were gorgeous too.
Yeah. And I agree. I think that there's so much good about this season of television. I mean, it just tells this continuation of one cohesive story. I think it's just really well done. As a matter of fact, I mean, and granted, like I never hated the season 1 finale as much as you, but like whenever I do a rewatch of Born Again, it'll be much more palatable for me watching that season 1 finale. One, because I know what to expect,
right,
and two, because it's just another episode in the continuation of this overarching story.
Yeah, it's really like a 16 episode story, more than anything.
So this episode 8, the Southern Cross, interesting name, starts off in the courtroom, and Matt is not there at first.
Yeah.
Because the motherfucker got shot.
Yep. He's getting patched up by not Claire.
No, he wishes it was Claire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead, he's got Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
who has zero bedside manners.
Which we haven't really talked about her very much. Obviously we had her initial appearance. Like, she actually ends up name dropping Luke, as well.
In episode, I think 6. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, she's back here for the finale, which was nice to see.
Mm-hmm. Very cool to see. Yeah, you're right. We didn't speak much about this back when we reviewed episode 6, when she name dropped Luke, and she was talking with Mr. Charles, and they make reference to Luke doing some work for Mr. Charles overseas. What you make of all that?
Oh, I think they definitely doing some crazy Black Ops shit. Mm-hmm. There's no telling, to be honest, what kind of shit they're into. Yeah,
it's hard to say, right? It's very vague. Like everything surrounding Mr. Charles, it's very vague and very ambiguous.
Yeah.
And it's still exactly unclear what Luke was doing or why Luke would even work for someone like Mr. Charles.
It's some shit that they think that Dex will be good at, so it can't be good.
It can't be good, right?
It is weird, though, that, you would think that, obviously, like, seeing the suit that Luke finally shows up in, spoilers, Luke Cage is in the episode, he obviously is being well paid for his work. You would think that Danny would be with him and they would, kind of go for the heroes for hire type deal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they just didn't want to convolute that so soon.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see holding off on that for now.
It's interesting because, Danny is in the promotional, or he's been spotted as being in season 3 or whatever. He's not the Iron Fist.
He's not.
So is he just some guy? I mean, obviously he's still skilled.
I think that they probably do a retcon.
You think they're going to retcon that shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Colleen was Iron Fist. She was like, I'm tired of this shit, and she gave it back to him,
I can see that.
Because you could just trade it. You just be like, bap, and then...
Yeah, and that's how it works.
And you're the Iron Fist now. Yeah.
Sweet, I got the Iron Fist now.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, what happens with Danny is he goes off with Randall, and Randall teaches him more about how to be an official Iron Fist, how to be a good Iron Fist. He gets it back, and I would assume that maybe he's been in Kunlun this whole time, just kind of training and honing the skills.
Maybe learning a little patience and that kind of thing.
Right. And hopefully in the meanwhile, like someone actually taught Finn Jones how to put together a fight scene, and hopefully he got some better writers for that damn TV show.
I hope he's been working on it for a while. I don't think they're going to do the spinoff shows. I mean, I think if anything, we might get a Jessica Jones, And I think that Luke would be heavily featured in that too. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it'd have to be. But I think for the most part, I think they're just going to kind of expand the Born Again universe.
Yeah.
I think we will get more pop-ins from the Defenders and things like that. Obviously, whatever they're going to go with for the next big bad has to be something monumental.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Fisk is, like, Vincent D'Onofrio, not only does he just absolutely kill it as the character, but he is kind of the main antagonist for Matt. And also, we see so much, in both seasons of Born Again, they lean into this even heavier than the Netflix show ever did, as to how like inexplicably linked they are. Right? It's this ongoing kind of driving force with the both of them, and you'll lose without Fisk being in the spotlight. You're going to lose part of Matt as well.
Yep.
So whatever the big bad is going to be, it's going to have to be something like with a lot of meat on it. It's going to have to really be something that, I mean, obviously it's going to call for the Defenders to return. So,
yeah.
I mean, probably because Matt's going to be in fucking prison.
And Matt is also in prison. So that is the thing. Let me ask you this while we're here. People have spoken about the Brand New Day trailer and how Matt is fighting the Hand in what seems to be a prison.
Yeah.
Do you think
you mean Spidey?
Oh, yeah. Not Matt, but Matt probably is too.
Freudian
slip.
Yeah.
But no, Spidey is in some kind of prison area fighting what looks like the Hand. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, maybe Matt Murdock is also Spider-Man.
That's why he was so quick to say, I'm Daredevil, because he's also...
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who the Spider-Man kid is.
We don't know who Spider-Man is, so it could be him.
The only problem with this whole Spider-Man potentially helping establish a breakout is that we kind of know that Matt starts off in prison in Born Again Season 3.
Yeah. I mean, also in the Brand New Day trailer, Sheila is the mayor.
Sheila is the mayor, yeah. So. That is true. But going back to episode 8 here, this finale, we see the court open up, and they're on some bullshit again. I don't like Hawkberg. He is a real piece of shit.
He really is. He really is. I hope that guy gets fired, goes to prison, whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's necessarily like a evil person.
No.
But more so that like he's just not willing to open his eyes to like what's actually happening. He's just kind of like the I'm just following orders kind of person, which is just as dangerous,
Yeah, Hawkbird is the type of guy who's going to go to wherever the checkbook is the biggest.
Yes.
And there's not really many bigger than Fisk, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so this court opens up, and then after a while, Matt does enter. And how bold of him to walk right past the motherfuckers who tried to shoot him. Who did shoot him, yeah. And so he goes, and the court officially, or it continues, I should say. And he does question Heather a little bit about the difference between a vigilante and a villain, I believe it is, and about what it all really means. And at first it seems kind of circular, trying to figure out exactly what's Matt trying to get at here with Heather. And she's gone just full tilt, super duper heel at this point, I mean, we can even say this about the scene where she physically attacked Karen.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I don't love her character. Mm-hmm. I am very often like, why is this bitch on my TV screen? But it's not awful. Like they can redeem the character. I mean, not like from a standard like redemption arc where I'm going to be like, yeah, Heather, whatever, but they could make it to where we didn't just waste all this screen time, and she could actually, as like the femme muse, like she could be something.
Yeah, yeah, she could definitely be more interesting there, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that scene was very interesting, and then they decide to introduce the Christophe footage.
Yes.
From the Northern Star.
Yep.
And of course, Christophe, at the time, we're thinking he's the only actual witness who they can use.
Yeah.
And he's dead. But they do have the footage. So They suspend court temporarily, and we have the lawyers go back and they're talking with the judges and the councilmen, and they're trying to figure out, okay, exactly what the fuck are we doing here in this kangaroo court?
Right.
Because this shit is getting out of hand. Meanwhile, Fisk is talking shit to Matt.
Yeah.
and Matt's trying to talk shit back, and I'm like, Matt, he can't hear you.
Yeah, he can't hear you, dog. He knows you can hear him, but yeah, he can't hear you. I loved this scene. My favorite scene of probably the whole finale, of course, is the big moment where Matt is cross-examining Fisk. They actually call Fisk as a witness. Yeah. And here, I mean, we get this stellar reveal where Matt just outs to everyone that he's Daredevil. And honestly, I applaud this from a writing perspective tremendously because it was the only way out. It was the only way to beat him.
Yep. And
Fisk is looking at it like he would never do this. Fisk even tells him, "You are a fool," when he realizes what he's about to do. And this is just that excellent writing where it's like you undo everything that Fisk has done, essentially, but you didn't do it by making Fisk look inept. You didn't do it by making Fisk look incompetent. You did it by the hero being willing to do whatever it takes, even with the self-sacrifice play.
Yep.
And that's how it went here, and it was wonderful.
1,000% agree. It was the only way.
Yeah.
It was the only way. Fisk is too smart. He's got too much power. He's got the game on lock.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna outmaneuver Fisk in this manner. The only way that it can be done, because all of the witnesses are dead, and even though you have that the video confession from Christophe, he's also dead.
Yeah.
And who knows the situations that you can say were surrounding that confession of his.
Yeah.
You know? And even Hawkbird started to bring up things that you could just poke holes in it, you know? But with Matt, he is technically the only surviving witness on the Northern Star.
Yeah.
And with all of the other evidence on the board, like you said, Matt decided to make the sacrifice play, because this wouldn't just take down Fisk. This is also going to take down Matt.
I love the acting here from Deborah Ann Woll, because as you're panning around to like
Powell.
who is Hector's? Is his niece?
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. I forget her name. Goddamn.
White Tiger.
White Tiger number 2.
Number 2. And like as they're panning around to like Kirsten and then like her and her mom and like Cherry, they're all like, man, Matt is really laying it into Fisk right now. But then like pivot to Karen.
Yeah.
And she looks horrified because she sees where this is going. She knows what he's about to do. And she's realizing that Matt is, of course, going to cost himself his own freedom for her. And the way that they opened up the finale, we didn't talk about this, but they actually opened the finale with them going on their date that they go on at the end.
Yeah. There was a little bit of confusion here, because at first that scene plays out like it's just a vision that Karen is having before she opens her eyes in court.
Yeah, see, to me, it played out like they had done this off screen in the past.
Yeah. And maybe they had done that in the past.
Yeah, but it wasn't until the end where you realized what we were actually seeing.
Yeah, but what at the end, though, either this is a completely different moment at the end, or that was an extremely long date, because it's daytime in that opening shot.
Yeah. And
it's night when they come get Matt.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't think they would have ever allowed him to leave the courtroom.
Right.
You know?
There's a lot of things going on.
They'd have been like, all right, well, you're acquitted, you're done, whatever. Arrest this motherfucker, though.
Yeah, the blind ninja over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I also feel like when he threw the baton that they probably would have shot him. I'm just saying.
Then and there?
Maybe. Like the task force? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Powell?
But, I love Powell's reaction. He's like, fucking blind lawyer.
Did Powell get killed?
No, he's still alive. He got knocked out by Cole North.
Yeah, Cole North fucked him up. Apparently, they're going to keep going with Cole's storyline, too, which I like.
Yeah. Cole plays a much bigger, much different role in the comic books, but it's cool to see that they're still utilizing him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this reveal of Matt being Daredevil is a pretty big deal, and like I said, he throws the baton around. It would have been funny, like he throws the baton around to prove it, and then someone goes, "He's Bullseye."
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Bullseye, so during all this, we know that Buck had established to once and for all set up a method to take out Matt Murdock.
Yep.
Because he's still alive. And so they get a guy who's dressed up as Bullseye to set up a sniper with a couple of chill agents around him and in an adjacent building, and he's set up and he's waiting for the right moment.
Which is smart unless Bullseye is around.
There is that one problem. Right?
Yeah, it's just a minor problem, minor setback.
If the real Bullseye is here, then this is a terrible idea. Otherwise, it's perfect.
He fucked those guys up, especially the dude that was dressed up like him.
Yeah. I kind of wish that Matt had known about that. So he'd be like, it's not fun when people dress up as you, huh?
Right. It was a great little callback.
Yeah. But yeah, Bullseye fucks up those people. And then he's like, well, I hate for this sniper to go to waste. It's already right here set up. You know, so he's got his own plans now that he's going to set in motion. We go back into court, and at this point, the cat is out of the bag. Matt has let it be known that he is Daredevil, and now, at this point, he just takes Fisk to task.
Yeah. And
he just starts calling Fisk for what he is and explaining everything that happened on the Northern Star. He is Daredevil, and eventually, like, the case gets dismissed because the evidence that's there and the evidence that's just not there for Karen.
Yeah.
Like, there's just too much going on here. They're like, well, this is dismissible.
Right.
So they throw it out. But that's not before the governor comes in.
Yes. And they see that she's still alive.
Mm-hmm. And so Fisk played a very, very smart game, but man, Team Daredevil played also a really smart game too.
Yeah.
And they just put everything out there on the line.
And then, the attempted assassination from Bullseye forces everybody back into the courthouse. Mm-hmm. The whole place gets locked down. And that's where the rest of the finale really plays out.
Yep.
This is also where, like, the rioters finally break in. You mentioned Cole finally turns on Powell because Powell's just going to start gunning people down. Mm-hmm. Cole decks them. They let everybody in. And then the rioters get inside. And Fisk is just like, open those fucking doors. Yep. And I was like, oh, no.
Like, those doors are not closed to protect Fisk.
No. No. And he was wrecking people. They did eventually get the better of him, but
it took a while.
Yeah, he killed like probably 30.
I was gonna say a couple dozen, right?
Yeah, before it started going better for them.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to note that before he decides to open the doors, Sheila tries to talk some sense into him, and she goes, "Okay, I have the Attorney General on the phone. He wants to speak to you." And Fish is like, "Oh shit! You said that's the Attorney General?" Like the attorney, give me the phone. I don't fucking care about this shit. Fuck out my face.
Yeah. Open those doors. Man, that whole thing is so crazy. Mm-hmm. That's like who would win out of like, 100 dogs and one polar bear? Mm-hmm. It's like, man, the polar bear is going to kill a bunch of those dogs before.
Yeah, exactly, before he gets like full and tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for anyone who wants to know like how many men does it take to beat a gorilla, well, here's your answer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fisk, he is decimating these people.
Yeah.
And it's a miracle for Fisk that he gets this sweet ass deal that he gets.
Yeah, honestly, like if there's anything that's like super unrealistic, it's probably that. But you could tell that like the city and the state, they probably just want to get away from like the corrupt, mayor.
And it's probably fear as well, a little bit of fear.
Yeah. And so he ends up losing his citizenship, right?
I think so, yeah.
So he's going to be overseas in season 3.
Yep.
It'd be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah. So instead of him going to prison, he gets to go to like this beach. Is it the same beach that he was at with Vanessa?
I think so.
I don't know if I would have gone to that one.
Yeah.
If I were Fisk. You know, that's not going to help that grieving process a whole lot, I don't think.
I mean, there's a big part of Fisk that's gone now too, you know, and like I want to know how they keep him in the show. I mean, obviously his screen time's gonna have to be drastically reduced.
I think it goes back to being the underground Fisk.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, I think when we see him again, he's what I would really love, and I don't know exactly how we do this, but like I would love for Fisk to just use his resources to establish basically like a group of supervillains, for lack of better words, to do what he needs to be done. I think that would be a cool reason to bring the Defenders together.
Yeah.
It's an oddly short list of superhero movies that has like a group of evil bad guys versus a group of good guys.
Yeah.
We don't get a whole lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, Sony spent like forever trying.
And they put together like the worst team.
To make like the Fearsome Five or whatever.
Yeah. Fast Five Freddy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're Sinister Six. They've been trying that shit since 2012 and it just never took off.
Yeah, no. Thankfully.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Madam Web didn't see that coming.
Nope.
But
did not.
But so this finale wraps up with we see Matt and Karen, as you mentioned earlier, they go to this spot and they're having a good old time. And at first, like when they're here, I'm thinking, I love this finale, but I can't ignore the fact that like, so there's just no consequences for Matt. He's just
right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is, and then we hear the sirens.
Yeah.
And it's time, you know.
Yeah.
And so they both know what has to happen. And Matt surrenders to the police, and he goes to prison for a bunch of shit, like a whole lot of shit. And but we don't just see Matt there in prison; we see a lot of the task force guys there.
Yeah.
Who do you think has a harder time in prison, the task force guys, or when I say harder time, who do you think gets harassed more, them or Matt?
I mean, I think at first it might be Matt, but like after Matt beats the bejesus out of whoever,
Yeah,
you know, like because I mean Matt put some people in there too, you know. I mean I don't know. I think they're gonna have a hard time fucking with Matt.
Yeah,
you know, he. I mean, I guess you could like 10v1, and he doesn't have any of his gadgets and shit.
that's true.
I guess we're gonna find out, man, because I think obviously opening in season 3, they're gonna adapt some of the Devil in Subblock D storyline.
Yeah, I think they are, and that's gonna be really cool to see.
Yeah. And I guess like Luke, Jessica, and possibly Danny are gonna be, taking over for Daredevil's role in the streets.
Yep. I think it's very possible that we get in episode 1 of season 3. I think it's very possible that we see Daredevil fighting crime out in the streets, but it's actually Iron Fist.
Right.
That was a ploy they used in the comic books to try to not just keep Daredevil's name out there, but to maybe cause a little bit of doubt as well.
Yeah, that maybe he was bullshitting.
So they can certainly go that route, I think. That'd be pretty cool. At least like for the opening episode.
Yeah.
We get some other things in this finale too, don't we? Obviously, we see Matt. He goes to prison. But no, Matt, them closing the door on Matt is kind of where they leave it.
Yeah. It was a great shot, too.
It was.
And, Karen obviously is tremendously upset about the whole thing. Fisk is on the beach. Mr. Charles is on the plane with his newest employee. And then also in these closing moments, we actually see Jessica and her daughter and at the detective agency. And we get the Luke Cage reveal, which was really nice, actually, to see Mike Coulter actually show up in the flesh as Luke.
It was so cool to see. And I'll be honest, I didn't really know who he was at first because he didn't declare, I'm Luke Cage. Yeah. So how are we supposed to know?
Yeah, Kristen Ritter actually said that when they originally wrote and shot that scene, they weren't sure if they were going to have him or not.
Oh.
And so, they actually did a couple of takes where it was, ambiguous who the person was.
Yeah.
Because, at the beginning, he's in shadow. Mm-hmm. He's just like a silhouette. And they actually did a couple of shots of that scene where if they did not actually have Mike Coulter for it. But thankfully, they ended up having him.
Thank goodness, man. Because, that scene was worth it to have Mike Coulter back there.
Yeah. And now we don't look like fools for saying for the last year and a half that he was going to be in the
right. Yeah. Now we feel vindicated.
Yeah.
So it's great. Luke is back, and he says a few things to Jessica. Well, they got somebody else to take my role over there. It felt almost like he was pigeonholed into doing whatever it was he was doing. Like he was kind of forced.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we get some answers about that, because the last thing that we saw of Luke Cage was he basically became like the head honcho of Harlem.
Right.
That was some crazy alliteration I just did there.
Yeah. Yeah. The Triple H.
Yeah. That backlash. So with that being said, man, that wraps up Daredevil Born Again season 2. So we spoke about the Devil in Cell Block D angle, but what else do you think we get in season 3?
I don't want to see them go back to the well on the Hand. As much as it looks like that's maybe what's going on in the Brand New Day trailer, I would much rather see Heather as like the main villain than them go back to the Hand angle. I just feel like if all you guys are doing is pivoting back and forth between Fisk and the Hand, which is all they've ever done, I think we're at the point of diminishing returns on that. It's like, all right, well, Fisk is going to go away for a little while, and then the Hand is going to show up, and then we're going to beat the Hand, and then all right, Fisk is going to find some way back in. There's got to be more they can do than that. Shit, man. I mean, before they would do that, I would rather see them bring Purple Man back. Or the various amounts of villains that they have.
Yeah.
They literally have all the villains from all 4 of these heroes' arcs that they could pull from,
and more. Yeah. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, shit. I would rather see like them bring Mephisto in, and have Mephisto. Like, obviously, they're not going to fight Mephisto, but like have Mephisto pulling the strings.
It just feels weird we haven't seen Mephisto since Ironheart.
Yeah, right.
It just feels so bizarre. Yeah,
it is kind of odd.
Yeah,
and also that's the property that
the whole sentence was odd.
It is weird. Yeah. Do we want to score this as the whole season?
Yeah, I guess we'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's your turn.
Ooh, my turn to go first.
Yeah,
man. I love Born Again. I really love season 1, despite its flaws there at the end, and I really love season 2. I think that season 2 of Born Again does so much right. It has a great tone. For me, it has a really strong pacing. I love the side characters in this thing, and so often in these type of shows, it's hard to gain a lot of interest in these side characters. But man, I became invested in Buck and BB and Daniel. I thought they were all great. And then like there are other side characters as well who I really like. I think that they have a really strong cast here who just carries every scene that they're in. It's almost hard to find a weak link in terms of the casting here. Everyone does such a great job. They put their foot on the gas slowly in the beginning, and then they just kept pushing it. And then by the time we got to the finale, man, we were redlining in a good way. I think that the action is top notch. They continue to be creative with Matt, and also everyone, Bullseye, Fisk, like everyone who has action scenes in this, they really get their chances to shine. I love the kind of allegorical messages that are in this with Fisk and with the anti-vigilante task force. But I think that it's really pertinent. I love that we got a more definitive ending, and I'll be honest, this may be a hot take, but if we did not get a Born Again season 3, and if this is where they decided to end things, I think that it would be a very apt ending for Daredevil. I think that him making that sacrifice play and dealing with the consequences and going to prison it's a little Better Call Saul-ish, but it's also something that who's also a lawyer. but it's also something that would track, So yes. I really dig that. I can't wait to see what they do for season 3 and how this whole thing now culminates into something new and hopefully something refreshing and something we haven't seen before. But I really love this entire season, man. I have a hard time thinking of things that I have problems with. But overall, I'm going to give this season of Born Again a 9.5 out of 10. I think that this is a tremendous season of television. And if you're a fan of superheroes and comic books and dark and gritty crime dramas, you need to do yourself a favor and check this show out.
Excellent, man. I agree with everything you said there. I thought that this season, obviously, I take a little off for the pacing, which I talked about, but the pacing issues aren't glaring. It's just like, I wish we'd had a little bit less of this and a little bit more of that. It's not like, something super important just blew by and I didn't get to catch it, or, we spent 40 minutes on Buck and Heather doing creepy shit to each other. I would like less of that though. That one scene that they had was, that was creepy as hell. But the performances are all really well done. The casting is superb. This is our like MCU level, like the best of the best MCU casting. You know what I mean? Good stuff. Really love everything about this season. I think it was a much tighter, focused narrative than season 1. Obviously, didn't have all the production issues. Like, the team got to come in and make what they wanted to make. They knew where they were going. And honestly, like, while I hate the season 1 finale, doing this 2-season arc makes it feel more epic. It makes it feel much more earned and like such a huge deal and a huge turning point when Fisk finally gets taken down. The finale, some of the shots in this finale are, Hollywood cinema level quality. The scene that comes to mind is like the wide shot of Fisk on the stairs, and all the rioters running in from every direction. Like, that scene was so great. It reminded me of some of the really good shots from Rises.
Yeah.
Looking at this, man, I really hope that they do more with these characters. I hope to see, I would love to see both Matt and Fisk outside of the realm of Daredevil. I would love to see them in Spider-Man or other projects. Obviously, I'm happy to see the Defenders back. Really like what they're doing with this. I think this is probably the best season of Daredevil. I'm actually going to give it a 9.6 out of 10. We were so close yet again. When you were like, I'm going to give it a 9, I was like, this motherfucker's going to say 0.6. He's going to say 0.6. You were like 0.5. I was like, hey, we didn't give it the exact same thing. But yeah, 9.6 is what I've had in my head. I watched it again yesterday, and I stayed with that. Really love this season of television they've put out. I'm tremendously hyped for the next season. I agree with you. It's like it blew by. It's like it just came on and it's over with. The Pit's the same way, and that just goes to show, like, time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
Got to get my dig in with the boys where, I'm like, fuck, is this season ever going to end? But, here we are.
And there you have it, folks. There goes our scores for Daredevil Born Again Season 2, a 9.5 and a 9.6. Born Again. Very high praise. Man, and we don't get much time to breathe because not next week, in a couple days.
In a couple days. So this week we'll be bringing you our review of the Punisher special, One Last Kill. I bet there will be more than one, and I bet it won't be the last one.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they decide to kill Punisher in this, it's not his last kill.
Well, and that's not going to happen because he's in Brand New Day.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
He tried to kill fucking Spider-Man in the trailer.
He shouldn't have been on the windshield.
Or standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Come on.
That wasn't at a crosswalk.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything, Spider-Man was breaking the law.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Come on.
Punisher's just cleaning up the streets, man.
That's the Safer Streets
Safer
Initiative.
Streets Initiative. Yeah, Frank is running it now.
Oh, no. Oh, that's awful.
It's like, can we get Officer Powell back?
Police brutality was way lower, actually.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, man, that's great. Yeah, so we got that coming up, man. Punisher, One Last Kill. I'm so stoked for this.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll explain his absence this season.
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Is there anything else you wanna say before we wrap up here?
Nah, man, that's it. Like I said, we'll be bringing you guys the Punisher special review later on this week, and then a couple weeks from now we have the Boys finale coming up. So we got a lot coming down the pipe. I actually have an idea for a cool episode that we can do once we have some room to breathe too.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything about it, but it's going to be great.
That makes me really nervous.
It should, yeah, should.
Well, I'm going to go think about that and write a letter to the committee. But, homies, that's going to be all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed Daredevil Born Again Season 2 as much as we have. This has been a tremendous amount of fun, and I can't wait until, like, this time next year to talk about Season 3. And I'm so giddy that we're getting good superhero content at a fast turnaround rate. This all feels so unfamiliar.
Yeah, we know it's normally the opposite. It's usually like we have to wait forever, and then the shit's not just okay or worse.
Right. So we're not used to this princess treatment.
That's right.
But that's going to be all for this one. We'll see you guys again very soon. But until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.